What's up guys, this is David and today we look at some insane sound design by none other than Conor Ross. He made a song called Like That and I gotta tell you, this one was tricky, but I think I have it now and it sounds like this. So the main thing I want to look at today is of course the sound design of these basses. And we have one main bass here, sounds like this. So I have two oscillators going on here and they both have a very specific purpose. So oscillator A is a pulse wavetable and it is dealing with the center information of the bass, compared to the second oscillator, which is dealing with the stereo information of the sound. So if I play oscillator A for you, you will hear there's just stuff going on in the middle of the signal in the center. The second oscillator is a kind of a triangle wavetable and it has 5 voices and it's heavily detuned. So detuning makes a sound always wider in the stereo spectrum. So if I play this one for you, you will hear it's pretty wide. What gives the sound the main shape is definitely here the filter. Without the filter it would sound like this. Also cool, but not what we want here. So with the filter, where the drive, the fat and the resonance are all pretty high, I can roll off the high end and I can also automate that here with envelope 2. As you can see, the envelope gives it the crispy attack and then it gets rolled off, the highs get cancelled out and becomes much darker. In the effects section here, I have distortion going on, rectify here, and I also roll off the low end here, because the low end, the sub-bass frequencies are coming from another track. The reason why I did that is because I want everything below 100 Hz totally in mono. That's a good rule overall. Usually there's really no reason why you want your frequencies below 100 Hz not mono. You want them to be dead center here in your face, you want them to be loud, you want them to translate well in a big club system. So that's why I made a second track where the sub bass is playing, but this one only deals with the frequencies above 100 Hz. I do that mostly because here I have a little plugin called Wider, and this plugin makes a sound, as the name already says, wider. And it does a good job here. Let's compare this with and without the plugin. Makes it a lot wider, and this is what we're looking for here in this track. It's super wide. The other main player here, the MVP, so to say, here in this track is this little top bass that is going on. It's super wide, it's super screechy, it's really cool. So I have two oscillators here going on again, and the noise is also turned on. The noise gives it this really crispy top end, and I have a triangle shape here, sounds like this. And then oscillator B is a saw wave, and as you can see here, it is 4 semitones above the triangle, which gives it this really cool sound characteristic. Also here, of course, I filter that down. I put some automation in there, because it's easier to get the shape correctly when I just paint it in here. I could also use an envelope, as I often do, but in this case I just painted it in here in the automation to give it exactly the shape, the curve, the envelope that I want. So yeah, you can see the filter here being modulated along this line here. Together with the bass, this sounds super awesome, super wide and super nasty. Oh yeah, really cool. And for the second part of the drop, this top bass is doing the same melody, but the sound is a bit different, and what makes it different is here the semitones again. So compared to the first part of the drop, I raised the semitones here not 4 semitones but 7, and this makes it even more screechy and gives it a different characteristic, and it's a really cool switch up for the second part of the drop. That's really cool. In the effects section I have only distortion going on, diode 1, it's a pretty extreme one, but yeah, it works quite well and we want that really nasty distorted sound here to give it the punch, the energy, and the aggression it needs. The drums and the effects here have one purpose. They have to contribute to the groove. Listen to that. Dun, 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 dun. Really cool song, I like it a lot. And once again, super simple, but simple is not easy, as I always say. So before we listen to the final result, and don't forget to get those free presets, description text down below, I wanted to thank you for checking this one out. This was a lot of fun to make. Shout out to Conor Ross for making such a sick track. That was really cool. And I wish you fun and joy in the studio, and I will see you next week when we remake another track, or maybe I can come up with some other fun challenge. Let's see. Thank you so much for checking this one out. I'll see you soon.